Some celebrities crack funny stories and make the audience laugh. And then there's Rowan Atkinson. The man is so naturally funny that even Hollywood stars struggle to keep a straight face around him. These are his greatest moments.
It's the thing I find most tricky is when people don't recognize you particularly, but half recognize you. You know, it's that strange thing where they go... And of course that means they stare. They stare a lot. And they just look.
Right there, friend Hugh Laurie. Where did this idea come from? Because it's for the people who don't know, it's 4 different ages of England, starting in the medieval times. Where did this idea come from?
Yeah, it's a period sitcom, and and the first series was set in the 15th century, was it? I think it was because when it was... The first series was sort of co-written and co-conceived, I suppose, by myself and Richard Curtis, the screenwriter.
Sure.
And we'd been working on a sketch show called Not the 9 O'Clock News in England, and we thought we'd quite like to do a sitcom of some, you know, a situation comedy of some kind.
I know it's sitcom.
Sorry, I know I'm translating. I thought I should.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I thought I should translate
exactly,
just in case. You know, the jargon can be confusing.
Whether he's appearing on a talk show, promoting a movie, or simply sitting on a chair, chaos somehow follows him.
I'm in for it here, and he made out the ticket, and he said, if you could just sign the ticket, please. And if you could just sign that for my daughter. Who was this?
I certainly remember the night. It was a one-off. It was a one-night review, and I was asked if I wanted to do something, and I couldn't think of anything, and just stood in front of a mirror, to be honest, and I just started pulling faces, I mean, for want of a better term. And I just sort of, you know, was doing this... And then there was this idea of having a card. Have you got anything that I could...
I'm just going to...
Anyway, it was something like that.
Long before becoming famous as Mr. Bean, he mastered the art of making people laugh without saying a single word. His facial expressions, awkward pauses, and perfectly timed reactions can turn even a simple conversation into comedy gold.
Did you ever consider John Elton?
No.
You didn't? Okay. Right, well, let's start with those early albums, then. One of which I believe was called simply Elton John.
Yes, that's correct.
And you didn't feel awkward with the name at all?
No.
You didn't feel that people might say, wait a minute, they mean John Elton. They've cocked up the record sleeve and printed the bloody name the wrong way around. You didn't think that?
No, I thought it sounded great, and, you know, I thought people would be more interested in the music rather than the name.
Even celebrities often start laughing before he finishes a joke. Now take a look at this moment of the famous red couch of the Graham Norton show.
Actually, yes, it was. Yeah, it's a dance sequence in which I display some extreme.
I think we've got some
dance moves.
There's some of your moves.
Oh yeah. Yes. And it's very. And it was very taxing. Yes, yes, I have to say. And you know, it doesn't get less taxing with the advancing years. But I managed to keep it going, and we just did a couple of takes in which I just sort of did the silliest stuff I could.
Yeah. Fellow guests arrive expecting a normal interview, but a few minutes later, they're fighting for their lives, trying not to laugh. Rowan doesn't dominate conversations. Then, with one perfectly delivered comment, the entire couch erupts.
Called Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Oh, yes.
In which Mr. Bean...
You're so casual about that. I did a film called Mr. Bean's
Wow.
Well, does he look like an even bigger knob if he said, oh, well, of course you all know Mr. Bean's Holiday? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
so it's
I'm trying to reduce my knob quotient.
Some of Hollywood's biggest stars have been left wiping away tears, while Rowan sits there looking completely innocent. What makes Rowan Atkinson different from most comedians? He never looks like he's trying too hard. His comedy feels effortless. While others chase laughs, Rowan lets the audience come to him. That's why his jokes age so well.
It seemed, yeah, it was always at the end of the sentence. It was
You know, so how can I help you, Bob? And it just seemed like a funny way of saying it, Bob.
Because I was looking at lists of motoring words the other day and wondering if you could just by saying them, make them funny. Just say the word.
Airbag. De Dion Bouton. That's a French word, that. Petrol pump.
Watch closely during any Rowan Atkinson interview. The funniest part isn't always Rowan himself. It's the reaction of everyone around him.
So, for example, if you were presented with McLaren F1, think of another one. The imperiousness one gets from a Range Rover.
Ah, right, okay.
Audience members crying with laughter. And Rowan sitting there with that familiar expression as if none of it was intentional. In a world full of loud personalities and endless attention-seeking, Rowan Atkinson proves that true comedy doesn't need to shout. Decades after becoming a global icon, he can still make entire rooms collapse with laughter. And that's exactly why nobody breaks celebrities quite like Rowan Atkinson. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more hilarious celebrity moments and Hollywood stories.